Quarantine video by Bill Stewart. Been working on rewriting plays and working on maybe doing a monologue for auditions during this quarantine time. But then I came up with an idea, why don't I practice being successful and getting my first role and getting interviewed from like Jimmy Fallon or Stephen Colbert, or maybe even a good interviewer on a good show. So here it goes. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. I like to take a moment just to take in this, because this is my first time ever on a TV show and getting a big role like this where I get spoiled and get treated like I am now. So I'd like to take this in and enjoy this moment. So if you give me a minute, and let's see. I'm gonna just take a quick picture for memory's sake. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's pretty exciting for me. Never imagined being here or having this opportunity. So it's interesting. Before I came out here in the green room and back, someone asked me, like, how does it feel to come out of nowhere and just be so successful with one role? And I was like, thank you. Just smiled. But in my head, I was going, come out of nowhere? Yeah, that doesn't just happen. I have been working since elementary school in my first play, or in high school, learning from the teachers there and getting a passion, building a passion for it and a better understanding. But then once I got to college, I got the opportunity to go to the Last Frontier Theater Conference in Valdez, Alaska. And I got to meet Courtney B. Vance, Chris Nort, and Laura Linney. And they shared some of their techniques and insights and knowledge with me. And that was amazing. And then several years later, I got to go to Omaha, Nebraska for the Great Plains Theater Conference there and met Emily Mann, Paula Vogel, Edward Albee, and Joel Vick, and they all shared knowledge and passion and understandings. So I've been building up my ability to step out there and do what I'm passionate about, and it paid off here. But it was an interesting journey. Like, I remember the interview, like when I first the casting call director interviewed me, she brought me in and gave me a script and said, well, you can rehearse it for 5 minutes and then we'll call you in. And so I rehearsed and I felt like I memorized it well, and 5 minutes went by really quick. So they called me in and they were videotaping, and then inside the room was another person who was going to read with me. So it I felt comfortable with that person really quick, and we started. So memorizing, I had to think, and I was trying to do the character, but I found myself like thinking and looking off and kind of trying to recall and put motions with it, and that was not as smooth, I felt. And then after I did the reading, the casting director said, okay, like what you did, but let's try this again without so much memorizing. Just react how you feel the character would with your reader, and just live that part. So I did that, and that felt so much smoother and more comfortable and spontaneous, and I was able to connect with the emotions in different aspects of the reading. And I guess the casting director loved it because I got the part, and it's been amazing. It has been an excellent director, and fellow cast members have been amazing, and even the writers have been just, the scripts they wrote was just beautiful. and just was so easy for me to connect with. But it was interesting at the beginning because the director like was talking to me a few times and called me over. He goes, "So how do you think this character would feel there, and how would they project it?" And the funny thing is, I was thinking in my head, that's the question I was wanted to ask you, and but he beat me to the punch, and the rest of the cast said, "Yeah, that's how he directs. He tries to have you pull it out of you and bring some life to it." They supported me, and they're like, "Yeah, each director's different, so we'll rehearse and we'll do stuff together and get ready." And the cast just it was turned out to be like family. They're family members now, and we just bonded and just had a great chemistry. But also, when we did make mistakes, it just felt okay, and I was able to focus and say, "Okay, this didn't work. Let's try it this way." And the cast members supported me with that, and the end product, when I looked at it, was you can see the love we have for each other and the trust and the good energy that came out of it. So that was an amazing experience there. And so I was blessed that way. They did inform me like not every movie you're going to be in is the same kind of atmosphere. Sometimes you'll have what they call talent who stands alone, and sometimes you'll have them who have their own process, and that's okay. They said some directors will tell you exactly what they want and how they want it and when they want it, and then some will just say, "Okay, let's show me what you got." So I got some great experience, but the thought of coming out of nowhere and just it appeared was quite interesting in the green room. Yeah. And I get that response too when I'm on the street now. I get people who's like noticing me, and that's good and not so good. It taken a while to get used to because I was able to just be myself and roam and be stupid and just be free. And now I get people asking me for my autograph, and poof, like I'm just a person like you, and had an opportunity to do what I'm passionate about, but I'm no different than you, and I'm just here now in front of you, and you seem to be drawn to me, but like I was raised as a young child and learned as a child, made mistakes, and the only thing I totally regret once I got here is to know that I really wish my mother was still alive to take this in and enjoy this experience that she blessed me with by teaching me and raising me. And that's the one thing it's missing right now. And success is, I enjoyed it, but success would be so much sweeter if my mother was still alive.